Nationals fans are pissed off right now, and I have not seen this uproar since the spring of 2019. I can tell you this much, some of it is warranted, but others, it's not.
You are Locked On Nationals, your daily Washington Nationals podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcast. And of course, I am your host, Ryan Clary. You can catch me over on Twitter at RyanClary11 and as well as our show page at LO_Nationals. For all your latest Nationals news and notes, make sure to check us out over on Twitter. And of course, look up Locked On Nationals wherever you get your podcast, whether it's on Apple, Spotify, and of course, the video version over on YouTube. Just look up Locked On Nationals. And if you missed yesterday's show, I had Jason Worth, Nationals legend, here on the show. Make sure to go back and check that out over on YouTube for the video version, and of course, the audio version as well, wherever you get your podcast. So later on in the show today, we've got a preview of the Rockies and the Nats series, as it is actually snowing today in Denver. So I don't know if this game's going to get going. I don't know if the game will start tomorrow either. It's supposed to snow all weekend in Denver. So we'll preview for that series later on, and maybe it'll just be a snow day for the Washington Nationals. But still, we've got that preview set for you. In the second segment, we have got an update on DJ Herz. He has had Tommy John surgery, and we are looking at a full recovery moving forward. We'll discuss that later on. And also, it is a Nats prospect stock report Friday, who has been up and who has been down. But we start off discussing the frustrations of Washington Nationals fans, and let's just jump right into it. This time last week, you start a series in Miami where a team that you dominated, and you are coming off a series in which you beat up on the LA Dodgers. You probably could have swept them, but unfortunately they did not take up that opportunity in game 3 of the series. And the series before that, you dominate a very good offensive team with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then the train has fallen off the tracks. Fans are up in an uproar. Things are not going well for the Washington Nationals, and let's just jump right into it. I hear the frustrations for all Nationals fans out there. And the frustrations that I've really kind of heard, and what I see on Twitter and what I hear Nationals fans talking about each and every single night now, is fire Davey Martinez. People want a new regime. You want to get rid of Davey Martinez. And the reasons as to why that is because it feels as if that this team is underperforming yet again. I don't think this is a Davey Martinez issue, though. I genuinely do not. If you look at where this roster is and where the Nationals should be, yes, they should be better. You should be the team taking 3 of 4 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. You should be a team that doesn't just have singles through 6 innings against a pretty crappy Pittsburgh Pirates team. Things should be better. And some of that does fall on Davey Martinez. But that's not the only issue. And in fact, that's not even the main issue at this point in time. The Nationals right now, they have an ownership problem. That is where we are. Jason Worth said as much on yesterday's show. In fact, he went on to say that the Nationals should have gone in and signed a Jason Worth. Because if you remember, all offseason long, we were expecting the Nationals to go in and get that big-time free agent, that leader in the clubhouse, someone that you can rely on each and every single day. That has not happened up to this point. And the Nationals, really, that is what they are missing. You have got a clubhouse full of these young guys. And we wonder to ourselves, why haven't they been taking steps up? Outside of James Wood and C.J. Abrams, who's still on the IL at this point. But we think to ourselves, what has gone wrong? It's not the fact that these guys are just not developing. I think it's pretty clear. James Wood has developed. Mackenzie Gore has developed. CJ Abrams has developed. But we are missing something. What is it? You have got good young pieces around this diamond. But it is clear and it is obvious that you are missing, number one, a bullpen. Let's just put it that way right now. But number two, you are missing a veteran leader. You don't have someone who is with this team that has won a World Series or has been to a World Series or has led a clubhouse before. You don't have any of that at this point. Nathaniel Lowe, you would like to think that he is that, but in reality, he's still a youngish player. Josh Bell, he's good, but at this point, kind of over the hill. And even then, I don't really think that he is that leadership quality that you want. You need someone like a Jason Worth. You need someone that is signed to come in here and train all of these young players, teach them how to be a professional. That is not what we got this last offseason. We did not. And if you are sitting out there today making excuses for the ownership, you are wrong. You just are. The Nationals should have gone all in this offseason and signed at least one player to a long-term deal to be a leader in this clubhouse. The time is not next offseason. The time was this past offseason. And the Nationals and the Lerner family, they swung and they missed on that. That has been very clear as this season has gone on. So as we see all these frustrations mounting for Nationals fans, I get it. But I think a lot of you are taking this out on Davey Martinez, and that just is not fair. It just isn't. Davey Martinez has had one quality roster, and that was 2019. And yes, I get it. People get so tired of hearing about that 2019 team. I'm with you. I'm tired of it. That was so long ago, and it's a new regime, and there's new players. There's not a single player that was on that team still in the Nationals now. I get it. But Davey does not pick who the Nationals sign. Davey doesn't really have that much say in player development either. Let's start with what is a little bit of an issue also. And I've defended this guy. I still think he is a great general manager. But I just said it, Mike Rizzo. The player development side of things right now isn't where they should be. If you are with kind of the way that this ownership is right now, they are not spending. It doesn't feel as if they will spend. Mike Rizzo is not really a player development kind of guy. He comes from a background of scouting. He was really good at it. And if you give him a budget, and if you give him a pretty big budget, he's going to win you some baseball games and eventually a World Series. He has proven that. I think he can do that again. But with where this team is now, if you aren't going to spend, which is the likely bet at this point, Mike Rizzo is not the guy to really head this operation and to turn this farm system into gold. You need a young, analytical mind in this building that is going to turn this team into the Tampa Bay Rays, if that's what you want to be. It's not what I want to be. If I'm the Nationals, you got to open up your checkbooks and you got to be able to spend on long-term free agents. And that's what Mike Rizzo probably wants behind closed doors. He's just not getting that. So if you look at where the Nationals are, of course, you have to be frustrated with where you are. This is a frustrating watch through and through. You're not going to get me to make any excuses about where the Nationals are right now. But to take out your frustrations on Davey Martinez and just Davey Martinez, yeah, the in-game decisions that he has made, they're not great. Is he the guy for this managerial job moving forward? I don't know. But the issue is this ownership group. Take that anger that you have on Davey Martinez and really just don't use it on ownership. They're humans after all. And by the way, they're a very nice family. So no one should really be taking out their anger on anybody. But I think that you are just misfiring at this point if you're using your tweets on Davey Martinez. It's not fair. This is not a good baseball team. This is a baseball team that is filled with flaws. It has a terrible bullpen that Davey cannot control. When people are like, why would you go to Lucas Sims? Who else is he going to go to? Colin Poche at this point? You have nowhere else to go. I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. The Nationals, they're frustrated. This has been an abysmal week and a half. Terrible. You ride the highs of beating the LA Dodgers and being like, this team's looking pretty good. And then you're riding the lows and people are calling for people's jobs. I get it. You can be frustrated. But I think the fact that people are like, fire Davey Martinez, you're out of your mind. That's not the issue. The issue, it's within the ownership group. And then within the ownership group, if you're not going to spend, then you have to get someone who is an analytical mind, who is going to run this player operations part. And we don't have that with Mike Rizzo, unfortunately. He is a great GM, a really good one, someone who I believe is a top 10 executive in all of baseball. But you are not giving him the tools to be successful. And that is clear. It's very clear. You're not giving Mike Rizzo the tools to be successful, and you're certainly not giving the tools for Davey Martinez to be successful either. The issues, they're mounting for the Nationals. It's very clear. People are frustrated. The Nationals are frustrated. But good news is you play against a terrible Colorado Rockies team. You're going up against a rookie pitcher tonight, making his third start in Major League Baseball. You better get right. Or else fans, there might not be the same coaching staff on Monday if things don't go the Nationals' way this weekend. I'll put it that way. It's that bad right now. I have not seen the fan base this upset since when the Nationals started off 19-31 in 2019, and that was an abysmal start. I don't know if we're going to get to that point again, but the Nats do not look good. The player development side does not look great, and the roster and the talent that we have also does not look great. But fortunately enough, the Nationals do have some talent down in the minor leagues. I'm going to give you a little prospect stock report and also give you an update on DJ Herz. We'll discuss that after we tell you about some of our very good friends over at Upwork. And scaling your business requires the right expertise at the right time. With Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in marketing, development, design, and more. Experts ready to help you make your business to the next level. And Upwork gives business flexibility by connecting them with top freelance talent across multiple industries, including IT, AI, web development, and marketing. When you need extra hands for a project or a long-term partner, Upwork makes hiring simple and affordable. And if you need help with a marketing campaign, Upwork can connect you with a freelance expert who delivered incredible results. And posting a job is free and simple within a day with multiple qualified candidates to choose from. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com to connect with top talent and grow your business today. Thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, we got a Nats prospect stock report. But before we get into that, one of the brighter spots of 2024 was DJ Herz. It is official. He got Tommy John surgery, I believe, over the last 2 days, and he'll be out for the remainder of the season with hopes of him returning by next year's All-Star break. This is unfortunate because we talked a lot about DJ Herz this offseason. I see listeners of this show comment still to this day about how I have a huge crush on DJ Herz. And yes, I do. This guy is a great talent. It's very unfortunate to see that he's going under Tommy John. Last year, he was really one of the most impressive pieces in this rotation and was the best national starting pitcher in the second half of last season. Statistically and just on the field, the way it looked, he looked like the best national starting pitcher. So Seeing the 24-year-old just turned 24 years old, by the way, in January, it's unfortunate because I believe that this guy has a very bright future. He is going to be a very good pitcher for the Nationals moving forward. We have had some really bad luck with Tommy John in years past. I will just say that, as Cade Cavalli is still recovering and we're still kind of waiting to see what his future is. We've had guys in the past like Jake Bennett, left-handed pitcher in 2023. I haven't heard too much about him since he had Tommy John surgery. Steven Strasburg, obviously, from years past. So wish the best for DJ Herz, speedy recovery. And it's just an unfortunate thing because he has a very bright future with this team. We'll just see what the Nationals really decide to do at this point in time. But let's get into a Nats prospect stock report. Who's been up and who has been down? A stock up for 2021 second round pick, Dalen Lyle. And on the season, he is batting nearly 300 with a 447 slug. He's got 4 stolen bases, 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run in just 11 games. This is one of your guys that I think a lot of people expect to be traded if the Nationals were buyers. And I don't know at this point in time because Robert Hassel III has struggled a little bit down in AAA at this point. I'm not saying that he's going to be traded, but this outfield depth that you do have, it is a great treat. Like the Nationals, they have had some really good outfielders in years past with Juan Soto, Bryce Harper, Jason Worth, but I would hold on to Dalen Lyle at this point. He has proven to be a very good defender. He puts the ball in play. He's got a little bit of power. He can steal some bases. And he's that kind of gap-to-gap hitter who has shown that he can hit for a high average. I really like Dalen Lyle, and I love what he has done so far in Double-A Harrisburg. So stock up for Dalen Lyle. Hopefully he will be in Triple-A shortly. We got a stock down for Andrew Pinckney. Andrew Pinckney is in Triple-A at this point. Has not really shown any good results up to this point in time. It's very early on in the season for anybody to make any judgments. It's the middle of April. So who knows what these guys will end up being down the road. But I will say it just has not been a great start. He's striking out at a pretty decent clip at this point. Not really putting the ball in play, not showing power. But I will say the potential is there for Andrew Pinckney. And being partnered up with Robert Hassel down in AAA and also Brady House, who has had a pretty solid start in his AAA campaign in 2025, you like to see where the Nationals are at this point. So Andrew Pinckney has been solid overall the last few years, but right now he's on a downward slope, and hopefully he'll pick it back up once he adjusts to AAA pitching. So a stock down for him, but that leads us to a stock up for Harleen Susanna. I was checking the box score yesterday as Double-A Harrisburg was playing, and I was like, oh, Harleen Susanna, another 10 strikeout outing. In 4 2/3 innings pitched, his season ERA is down to a 2.63 in 13 2/3 innings pitched. Again, 10 strikeouts and not even 5 innings pitched. 102-mile-per-hour fastball, a disgusting slider. The 21-year-old, he's going to be in AAA at some point over the next few months, and he might even be knocking on the doorsteps of Major League Baseball if some injuries mount for the Nationals and if there's some opportunities that come up, because Susanna, he's looking really good right now. You've got Travis Sikora, who's going to be coming back hopefully sometime in the middle of May. I would bet the Nationals will probably be a little bit cautious of that, so I feel like it's going to be in sometime in June. But right now, they think he's coming back in May, so we'll stick with that timeline. But Harleen Susanna, what an outing. What a prospect. This guy continues to skyrocket in this system. He is a top 3 prospect in this system for a reason. A very bright pitcher, a very good one. And you just love to see that he is showing some results down at the Double-A level. So stock down for Kevin Bazell, one of my top catching prospects in this system. I love Kevin Bazell, but so far in Fredericksburg has not treated him so well. Last year, he kind of got off to a little bit of a better start. He is batting 133 right now with a 395 OPS in just 8 games. I have not gone down to Fredericksburg at this point in time to check him out, but I still believe in the fact that this guy could hit at the major league level at a pretty high elite rate. And I also think that he is a solid defender because coming out of Texas Tech, that's kind of what the praise was around him. So you haven't really seen the power show up yet. A 167 slug on the year, a 229 OBP. You got to get those numbers up, and you also can't bat 133. So he's struggling so far in the first part of his minor league campaign down in Freddie, but he'll probably get back on track because this guy is a legit hitter and a solid defender, to say the least. Stock up for someone you probably have not really heard too much from. For Caden Powell, a 6th-round pick from the Houston Astros, came over to the Nationals this offseason. He is batting .356, a 408 slug, or 408 OBP, and a 533 slug, has a 941 OPS, 5 doubles, a home run, and 3 stolen bases. He's on my radar. You're a 6th-round pick coming out of college. You're starting off the season hot. Not many people have heard of you, if we're just being honest here. But Caden Powell has looked really good so far for the Nationals, so I just had to mention his name here. He gets a stock up. But let's get into this Nats-Rockies series. The Nationals and the fans, they're ready to riot, but we still got a series to preview, so that's what we're going to do next after we tell you about our friends over at Supply House. And get the supplies that you need from the site made for the skilled trades Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is a reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free TradeMaster program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. So join the TradeMaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcast. So as we were saying, the Rockies are 3-15 on this young season. They are awful, terrible. You're playing in Colorado. You're going up against a rookie pitcher, one of their top prospects, Chase Dollander, that a lot of people thought the Nationals would take, I believe, 2 years ago in the MLB draft. He was actually projected to be the number 1 overall pick outside of Dylan Cruz in that 2024 or 2023 draft. Obviously, Paul Skeens is Paul Skeens and skyrocketed up the board, went number 1 overall, and the Nationals ended up with Dylan Cruz there. So you might recognize that name. Well, he's now in the majors, making his 3rd major league start in this season. And so far, it's been tough, just like it is for any pitcher in that Colorado system. In 2 starts, he's got 10 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up some decent hard contact up to this point. But in his last start, he went 5 2/3, only gave up 2 earned runs, but he did give up 2 home runs at San Diego. In his first start early on this year against Oakland, he gave up 4 earned runs and 5 innings pitched, gave up a couple home runs as well. So in Colorado tonight, you hope that the Nationals, especially with James Wood, our king, the guy who's going to be leading you in this franchise moving forward, you hope the Nationals can hit some power for tonight if they do play. Because as I said, it's going to be in like the mid-30s, and it's supposed to snow all the way through tomorrow. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. But right now, the Nats, you got to get some wins. And if I'm the Nationals, and if I'm any team in baseball that needs to win, you hope to God you go to a trip in Colorado, because this offense has been ice cold. And you now play in Colorado, the power and the high altitude, it's going to play there. So hopefully the Nationals can get on board. Maybe you see a 470-foot home run by, let's say, Dylan Cruz or James Wood if someone really kind of gets into one there. So it should be fun, but the Nats, they need to win, and the fan base, we need wins because it has not been pretty the last week, but we'll see if the Nationals can pull it out tonight and at 8:10, or actually 8:40 first pitch, 8:10 pregame over on Masson. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good one. Go Nats.